If you were able to see the governor and talk to her about this, what would you say?
I'd ask her how she would feel if it was her family.
How would it feel if it was her family? She's been out of office for 2 months, but families of murder victims dealing with former Governor Kate Brown's decision to allow inmates a chance at early parole. At 5 o'clock, good evening. I'm Jeff Gianola.
And I'm Elizabeth Din. Coin 6 has learned the first inmate convicted as a juvenile just took advantage of Brown's order, giving them a shot at commutation. Let's get to our investigator, Dan Tilkin, here now with this exclusive story. Also a topic you have been covering heavily for months.
We've been telling folks for the last 16 months how former Governor Kate Brown used her constitutional commutation authority to give hundreds of violent inmates convicted as teenagers the chance to apply for early release. The theory, young minds can be rehabilitated. We have learned the first one of those cases just went before the parole board. A decision could come as soon as tomorrow for a member of the infamous group of teen killers known as the Redmond Five.
It reopens the wound.
Sarah Jones was 14 when her Aunt Barbara Thomas was brutally beaten and murdered by her own son Adam and 4 other teenagers in her Central Oregon home in 2001. The group became known as the Redmond Five and made national headlines. And it all came back a little more than a year ago when we first talked to Sarah about the news. Governor Kate Brown had already released one of them, Lucretia Carl, 4 years early, concluding she had rehabilitated herself in prison.
So the governor's office never reached out to you? You've never heard from anybody from the governor's office?
No, sir.
Is that frustrating?
Very much so. Especially for them to be saying, yeah, we reached out to them. Maybe they reached out to everybody else's family, but not mine.
On Wednesday, another member of the Redmond Five, Justin Link, went before the parole board. He was 17 during the murder, now almost 40 years old. He is the first inmate convicted as a violent juvenile offender to get a chance to try to convince the board he should have his life sentence reduced under the former governor's commutation order. That order covers this list of hundreds of inmates convicted as juveniles, giving them the opportunity to appeal to the parole board for an early release hearing. On Wednesday, Sarah read this letter to the parole board about the pain her family has been through, writing, "Most of my family believes Mr. Link deserves a chance of having hope for the future. I ask you to think about this before you make your decision. My aunt, Barbara Ann Thomas, would have been turning 74 in 4 days. Where was her hope? Where was her chance for life? Her hope and chance of a life were gone the minute Mr. Link decided to stand by idly and do nothing instead of call the police. I do not feel he deserves to be released from prison." Through Sarah, her father gave us this statement about Justin Link. Out of the 5, he is the instigator and should be the one who is in prison for life. An email from Sarah's family to the governor back in July reveals the roller coaster of contradictory emotions they have been through, writing, "It is my family's position that clemency be granted to all 4. It is the only way this nightmare will ever come to an end." Meaning, the family is exhausted by the parole process and possible releases hanging over their heads. We tried speaking with Justin Link's lawyer, but she didn't agree to an interview. In the past, we've spoken with Lucretia Carl's lawyer, Elisa Kaplan, who is arguably the leading clemency advocate in Oregon.
I see people transform and change all the time and believe in the ability for youth especially to make those changes, because I've seen it, directly so many times.
So another member of the Redmond Five won't be getting a parole hearing. That's Barbara Thomas's own son, Adam. That's him in the green right there in the front. That's because Kate Brown granted his partial clemency just as she left office and reduced his sentence to life with the possibility of parole after 25 years, which is 3 years from now.
And Dan, you've reported that the victims' families, the governor never notified them that this was going on. They found out, through the press, it said, which added insult to injury.
Right.
But the Oregon Court of Appeals ruled the governor did have the power to do this?
Yes, it did. And you will see potentially hundreds more of these parole hearings coming up
including another member of the Redmond Five. His name is Seth Koch. He has his hearing on April 20th.
All right, great update. Thank you, Dan.